Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog and welcome to a journal with me video. Now, my channel usually is all about the snail mail and pen pal letters, but I'm actually really excited to share this video with you because it documents our holiday in Palermo, Italy last year. And I was super pleased with how these pages came out. As you can see, I printed a lot of pictures. That's a folder filled with printed pictures. I love how the pages came out, both because of the pictures, of course, that I love, but also because I found some creative ways to journal, basically. So I included pictures and tickets and a whole lot of things in there as well. This is the third journal with me video, so if you want to see how I made the other pages that I'm quickly flipping through now, I will link the video number 1 and video number 2 down below. So like I said, I have a whole bunch of pictures printed. Not all of them are from our holiday, and not all the journaling I'm going to do is about the holiday. For example, the pictures I'm holding / collecting now are from Gijs's sister's graduation ceremony. And I already included some pictures about that earlier, but they were pictures I printed with my home computer and they looked really ugly, and these were pictures made with a professional camera by different people, and I had them printed on photo paper. At our store Hema, you can basically have photos printed, so they're better quality, better pictures, they're fun pictures, and I thought I would dedicate another page to that day, because in my journal I'm trying to do it like a little bit chronologically, but it doesn't have to be day by day per se. I mean, this is all 2019, like autumn, winter 2019, and it's fine if they are not in like super chronological order, because if I look at these in a year, I will not remember which day exactly which occasion was. I will only remember the memories. Wow, that's a perfect sentence, but you know what I mean. It doesn't really matter if they're in super chronological order. So I'm dedicating another page to that. By the way, if you hear any random sounds or meows in the background, the meows obviously are Sage, who's she's been playing outside a lot these days because it's been beautiful weather and she's kind of demanding we let her out now. The other sounds are from Gijs, my partner, who is working from home. I have decided not to talk about like the corona situation in this video, even though I am still talking about it now. I've posted an update on my community screen, like the community tab on my YouTube channel. You can read my little update there, but I want my channel to be like a happy place where we can sort of escape the not so happy times that are right now. So I've decided to leave it at that. So if you want to read my update, it's on the community tab. If not, you can enjoy this video in peace. But yeah, that explains the random sounds in the background as always. So what you saw me write just now was actually, it's a menu page that Becca has included in this journal, but I didn't actually write a menu on there. No, I wrote the cat menu on there because when we were away, my cousin was watching our cats. Like, she was babysitting, she was watching the house, watching the cats, and I wrote on that menu page what they were supposed to eat each day and how she was like supposed to look after them, even though she has cats of her own. But I just wanted to write her a little message like, you're allowed to give them this much, blah blah blah. And I decided to write that on that menu page because I thought it would be fun to look back on. So that is basically the cat menu for when we were away. I included that in that pocket on the right. And then these are some pictures, it's going pretty quickly, but these are some pictures that I printed out last time on my home computer. As you can see, they're not great quality because I simply printed them with a normal printer on normal paper, but these are some pictures I wanted to have memory of as well. Top left is my wardrobe, like dresser, And I loved the way that picture looked because I had a dress on the left and then the plants on top. That's not where our plants usually go. They are our bathroom plants, but we had to put them on top of the dresser because Sage kept digging in the soil, so it's a pretty funny memory. And then the middle picture is obviously my typewriter, my beautiful typewriter, and then the bottom left picture. You cannot clearly see that, I think, but the bottom left picture is from me, my feet, basically, in the bathtub, and then Sage at the edge of the bathtub, basically sleeping on a towel, which is very, very adorable. The Off the Beaten Path page is a page I did before in the previous video. As you can see, I do not fill every page right away. If I don't have inspiration, I'll just skip a page and work on the next. So that is why I was now working on 2 empty pages while I already filled in another page. Okay, I've slowed down one of the clips because it was going so fast and I was sort of debating between A, not talking too much and trying to keep this video a little bit low-paced and relaxed, and B, also telling you everything I was doing at the moment. So that's the lid of a box, and I basically filled it with everything I would want to include in there. So it has the pictures, it has tickets, it has ephemera, it has leaflets from like places we've visited, and I'm just going through that to see what else I could include, because that brown tag is basically a tag that includes all other random memories that I don't know where to put. I think it says happy little moments or something like that, because when I started journaling I had this idea of everything I had to include. Like I have to include all of the memories somehow, and then that becomes quite difficult, as you can imagine. So I dedicated that little tag to writing down random moments, such as going to the movies, or I don't know, doing something with the cats, I guess, and I basically just write them out instead of having to dedicate a spot in my journal to it. I just write it down on the tag, and that way I can still remember it the way I want it to, but I don't have to worry about how. And the picture I included on the back of the tag, it's very difficult to see because it's so tiny, but I quite like that. It's the memory that counts, not really the picture. The picture I included was a very red picture of me, no, not me, basically a table. The memory is that we were playing a board game after work, at work with coworkers, and that just was a lot of fun. I felt at ease, which is very important to me, so I decided to, even though it's an ugly picture, I decided to print it out and include it in there anyway, so that if I look back on it years later, I will remember that we played board games after work. This is going to be, I think, the first page of the Palermo documenting. So what I did is I have that picture of us, which I really like. I have both the black and white version and the colored version, and I am gluing that on top of a page with a map of Palermo. I actually think this is one of my favorite pages in the journal so far, because it's very, I don't know, very colorful, and it really indicates the start of a new chapter. This little booklet that I'm including, it says love you. That's a card, actually, a little card that was attached to a bouquet of flowers I received on our 6-year anniversary. So it's a 6-year anniversary little card, and the red paper in the background of that spread, by the way, is a paper that was wrapped around the bouquet. So I'm really reusing everything. Everything to create like a memory page. And I know the light is reflecting quite badly on the pictures, but that's just because I'm using my daylight lamp. I think, journaling at night, and the reflection is bad, but you get the general idea. So I'm just filling in the gaps with some stickers, that cute gold foiled one that says together, and then I'm going to write Palermo with the date that we were there. By the way, before I get a lot of questions about this, the sticker book I'm using is I think it's called Journal Studio. It's from, is it from Great Paper? Okay, I'm starting to second guess myself, but it's Journal Studio. So if you want to find it, it's Journal Studio. It's very expensive, but it has everything that you would want to use for journaling. So you've got the tags, you've got the labels, you've got the letter stickers, you've got the tiny word stickers, you've got the little calendars and everything. It's very, very, very nice. Okay, the voiceover is not finished. I'm just going to let this play for a few moments until I have something to say again. So don't worry, I'm not gone yet. Oh yeah, the pink journal is my planner, like my agenda that I use every day. It's a bit empty here because I didn't bring it on the actual holiday, but I'm basically using it now to know the date and to also know dates for other, like I'm using it as some sort of a guideline to see what I want to journal about and what I don't want to leave out. If you want to see a video, I made a video about that planner because I received it for my YouTube channel actually. It's from Clever Fox. I will try to find the video and I will link it down below. I've been using it ever since that video and I do not regret it at all. And then some other pictures obviously. I have a ticket, like a receipt, because we went to this super cute little restaurant. It's more like a lunchroom, coffee room. They have had a lot of cakes. We actually went there twice, even though we usually try to go to like a different restaurant each time. We actually went there twice, once for carrot cake and once to pass the time between having to leave the apartment and going to the airport. So I dedicate a whole spread to that. That's just a ticket they had. I use it as background. I also use a little sugar bag for background and then a picture of their bar, I guess, and the coffee machine, and then obviously Gijs with some carrot cake. As you can see from the pictures, our holiday was quite centered around food. We both love food. We both love going out for dinner. We were both pretty excited to go to have actual Italian food in Palermo, obviously. So I thought it was only fair to dedicate an entire spread to said food. Obviously there's a lot more food related pages in here, but this is a picture, or a spread entirely around food. So what I basically did is I created like a little waterfall. You cannot pull it or anything, you simply have to like manually flip up the pages, but I thought that was a really fun idea to include a lot more pictures in one page. Some of them are very ugly. The top one is a croissant, like our breakfast, which we enjoyed outside. The second one is mozzarella and like tomatoes, and then the third one is the best pasta carbonara we've ever had, and then the last one is some sort of pasta we enjoyed outside, which is also a pretty rare thing for us Dutchies to be able to eat outside in November. And then at the back of the last page is a picture of me enjoying said pasta. And then on the back of the other pictures I included like tickets and business cards from the restaurants we visited. I thought that was pretty fun. And then we have yeah, obviously I included a lot more pictures that I don't think need a lot of explaining. This one does. We visited a butterfly, would you call it exhibit? I don't know. Basically like a butterfly garden that had live butterflies. I was terrified, let me tell you. I love butterflies, but they were like, at the moment we went in, because you were allowed to walk around, the moment we went in, they were like misting the plants, so all of the butterflies were moving. I'm not afraid of butterflies, but when you have like 20 of them at the same time coming at your face, consider me scared. So we did take some pictures, but we didn't spend a whole lot of time in there, simply because I was freaking out a little bit. But it was a pretty fun and random experience, because we were simply walking past this mysterious, sunny looking little street. What do you call little street again? Little street, and we randomly decided to walk in there, and then I saw butterfly exhibit, so naturally it felt like it was meant to be. Then the next page is a picture of the Royal Botanic Gardens. I always love visiting botanic gardens. It's something we do like whenever we can. I think these are the Royal Botanic Gardens, if I'm not mistaken. And what I'm doing with this page is I'm including a picture on top of, the Royal Gardens. Maybe not botanic, but Royal Gardens. I'm including a picture on top of a leaflet, like a pamphlet of the gardens. And then, because I didn't want to stick the whole story in there, I simply cut out like a teeny tiny piece of information, and I decided to put that in there so that if I ever wanted to read it again, I could. Even though I have to admit, whenever we visit something, I never really read the leaflets anyway. I just took it home because I thought it would look pretty in my journal. So yeah, you can see I collected quite a bit of ephemera from our trip to include. The next page is something I also was very excited to include. It's one of the most boring memories to others, probably. It's not something you would often tell, but it's a precious memory to me, because we had a busy day, we walked around a lot, and then we just enjoyed some time on the balcony of our apartment, reading a book and drinking some tea. So it's just a picture of my partner, Gijs. Always sounds weird to say partner, but saying boyfriend 20 times in the video is also annoying. So it's just a picture of him reading with some tea, and then I included those teeny tiny cute little stamps that I got from Dille and Camille, which is a Dutch shop. They had those tiny stamps on clearance, and I found one with a teapot and I found one with a teacup, so naturally I had to take them home. Then the picture on the right is a picture of a random street. The picture worked out pretty well, like it looked really cool, so I thought I'd just include it. And then the picture on the right is like on the other side of this page, is a picture of me enjoying my dessert. And then this picture on the left again is actually our first night. So again, this is not in chronological order, I'm just sticking it wherever I think it fits. This is the first night where we enjoyed some pizza right after we arrived in the city. Then some more touristy pictures. This page was already had that header that says explore, so it felt right to put some exploring pictures in there of like the harbor and me with some horses, a carriage basically, and then a ticket in the background just to like make it a little bit extra special. It's not like you can actually read the ticket, I just like the idea of having those physical memories from the holiday as well as the pictures. Yeah, on the right, that's me enjoying a big plate of desserts. And then these are some strong espressos that we again had at that cute little restaurant. I would have to look up what it was called. It's obviously in my journal because I included the receipts. But what we did when we had to leave the apartment and before we could go to the airport is we just sat down. First we walked around, I think, because we didn't have that much luggage anyway. And then we sat down in that cute cafe again. I was really happy to go back there. And we simply enjoyed coffee, tea, and read some books. So that was a really nice way to end the holiday. Very calm. I didn't feel pressured to visit more touristic highlights. We just enjoyed the last hours reading, which actually suits us pretty well. So obviously this is a little flip through with my cat Sage, who is basically interfering. The reason why she's so interested in this journal is because Rebecca, who made this journal for me, included all these cute dangly items on the front, like little charms and beads and stuff like that. And then of course they make a lot of sound. So and there's also a bell on there, so Sage is very interested in interfering with this video. So yeah, like I said, just a little flip through. I will leave you with this. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and doing okay, obviously. Leave me a comment down below. Sage, such a cutie. Leave me a comment down below telling me anything you want to tell me, and I will see you again soon. Because we're both home, I'm hoping to make some more videos. First, I'm going to create a little backup folder so that I have a little backup for the upcoming weeks. And then if I have enough backup folder, I might actually start uploading extra videos, because we could all use a little extra happiness these days. But there's no promise yet. I just want to see how I go first. Anyway, thank you so much for enjoying or watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. That's what I wanted to say. Don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, and I'll be back with snail mail videos pretty soon. Okay, bye bye.